Multiplying and dividing fractions. All right. Number 9 on page 253 in the checkpoint. Oops. They, oh well, with that. Oh, fine. Erase it. There we go. All right. So number 9, they give you the fraction -3/8, and they make you multiply that thing by -14/15. All right. First thing is stop yourself, slow down a minute, and get these signs out of the way. A negative times a negative is a positive. So we don't have to worry about that anymore, and we want to know what this equals. It is true that with fractions, all you have to do when you're multiplying is simply numerator times numerator, put that there, denominator times denominator, put that there, and we're done. To save a little bit of time, because this will be quite large, and we have a lot of reducing to do. I mean, 3 times 14, 3 times 4 is 12, 3 times 1 is 3 plus 1 is 42. Down below, 8 times 15, 8 times 5 is 40, 8 is 120. So 42 over 120. We have to do quite a bit of reducing. I think dividing them by 6. If we divide by 6, we get 7. This one by 6 is 20. 7/20. That's not too bad. So it's doable. But something to consider ahead of time. Let's see if I can do something here. I haven't tried this before, but we'll give it a shot. I think I can copy or clone this. There we go. Bingo. All right. What we could do ahead of time is, I see I've got a 3 and a 15. Both of those share a common factor of 3. If I divide both of those by 3, I get 1 and 5. And crossways here, 14 and 8, they both share a factor of 2. That's their greatest common factor. So divide this by 2, and I get 4. And this by 2, I get 7. And now 1 times 7 is 7. 4 times 5 is 20. And you get right to your answer nice and quick. You don't have any large numbers to work with. But either way, it's going to work out just fine. You don't have to reduce ahead of time. Reducing these, by the way, does work also top to bottom. You can reduce that way if possible. Either across or top and bottom numerator denominator. Division, very similar. We'll take it here as hard as it gets. This mixed number divided by another mixed number. If you can do this, you can do anything with division. First of all, convert these to improper. So we're going to do 8. 8 times 2 is 16, plus 1 is 17 seconds. Keep the denominator, and it's divided by 4 times 4 is 16, plus 1, 17 fourths. All right. And let's see, we have a negative and a positive. I don't want to forget the signs. Okay, again, that's part of, just slow down, relax, take your time. I know ahead of time that a negative divided by a positive is going to equal a negative. I know that from the integer rules. The procedure here for division is to change division to multiplication and to take the reciprocal of the second fraction. So this becomes 4/17. Leave this one alone, -17 halves. And at this point, if you can do any reducing, do that. Oops. I see I've got a 17 and a 17. Again, like the prior problem, you could just multiply straight across, numerator, numerator, denominator, denominator. But you'll end up with these larger numbers that need reducing. So I'm going to do this ahead of time. 17, greatest common factor is 17, so they both become 1 if I divide them by 17. 2 and 4, greatest common factor is 2. Divide them both by 2. There we go. So I have a negative times a positive. So I know the answer is going to be negative. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 1 is 1. You don't have to write that, but you could. The answer is -2/1, or just simply -2. Most people would not put the over 1 part there. And that's the answer to that. Had you not reduced ahead of time, 17 times 4, 28, so you have 68. 68 over 2 times 17 is 34. And that's not too bad. 34 goes into 68 twice. And again, I need to remember that was supposed to be a negative. So I multiply across. Negative times positive. It's negative. Okay, and that's dividing fractions. Important to remember to convert mixed numbers to improper. We do that by multiplying. 8 times 2 is 16. That's multiplying these, and then add the numerator on. So adding 1 becomes 17. And then the other thing is to remember that division is going to become multiplication, and then take the reciprocal, in other words, flip it, of the second fraction.